I actually graduated in college with a degree in child development. And there's a big debate in that world of nurture versus nature, meaning how much of your personality are you just born with, and how much of your personality is actually affected by the things around you. And I couldn't decide which one I believed in or which one was more prominent. And then I had kids and I really couldn't decide. I had four kids in just under 5 years. So that kind of throws a whole bunch of theories up in the air because all of my kids were completely different. And if you guys ever have a kid that you're like, where's the training manual? I don't know what to do with you. That was kind of my kids. They were all different. And they were all so close together that it kind of threw some of the theories of, well, as you grow older, you change or whatever, right? And I was thinking about that today because I know that a lot of the things that I do or a lot of things that I've learned, it was like, well, you're going to have to become somebody else. You're going to step into the person that you're meant to be. And I was like, how do I do that? How do you become the person that you want to be? And I do believe in the fake it until you become it. Not fake your values, not fake what you believe in, but fake things like confidence. Fake that you are the person that you want to be already. Fake that you are consistent. Fake that you know how to do everything even if you're just learning it. Because when you tell yourself you can do something, you find a way to do it. I have a child who was extremely shy. When he was little, we were going on a trip and I got called by the kindergarten teacher. Anybody ever get a call from the kindergarten teacher? And the kindergarten teacher's like, you can't go out of town. And I'm like, what do you mean I can't go out of town? We're going out of town. We're going on this cruise. I mean, we're going. He's in kindergarten. Come on. How can he not miss school? And she's like, well, he's flunking right now. And I'm like, he's flunking? How do you flunk kindergarten? I mean, seriously, how do you flunk kindergarten? And she went on to explain that it was because he didn't know his sight words. And my jaw about hit the floor. I don't know. I'm gonna chalk it up to I had four kids in under 5 years that I didn't know that he was apparently flunking kindergarten because he'd known his sight words since before he'd gone into school. Not because I'm an overzealous parent, just because he knew his sight words. And so I was like, yeah, he totally knows those. Well, come to find out, he was just too shy to tell his teacher. He was too shy. This is February. He's been with this teacher since August, but he's like scared or shy or nervous or whatever to tell his teacher the sight words. And I was like, okay. So I actually went into the classroom. He sat on my lap and he'd whisper them to me loud enough that the teacher could tell that I wasn't like totally making it up. And then I'd have to tell the teacher what the word was, and he'd kind of look at me shy, and then we'd do the next one. And that's how we got through it. Well, fast forward, I mean, this was the kid that didn't want to be acknowledged on his birthday. He just kind of wanted to hang out in the background. Now, flash forward a couple years, he's a super crazy good soccer player, and he's got a foot like no other. So we were doing this training videos so that he could show other people how to be really great at kicking the soccer ball. And the first time that we went to record the video at the soccer field, it was like he'd do it. But if there was anybody, and this is like a huge field, um, and so I mean ginormous. There's like probably 10 fields, maybe not quite that many, but I mean it's huge. It's got baseball fields and whatever. But if there was anybody, like anywhere at this park, he was like, I'm done. We're not recording. And it was like, oh my goodness, come on, are you kidding? They're like 400 yards away. They don't even know you're here. Nope, I'm done. Well, after we'd done that for like a week or two, he got a little bit more comfortable and people could be there. And then he got a little bit more comfortable as he did it and a little bit more comfortable. Now, we didn't do it when there were a ton of people there just because we didn't want him in the background of these videos. But he got to the point that he could do it. And he was confident in doing it. He was confident in looking at the camera. He was confident in making eye contact. He was confident with what he was saying. And he was confident with what he was doing. But in the beginning, he totally faked it. Now, he didn't fake that he was a good soccer player. He was a crazy good soccer player. And legit, he can kick it from the midpoint that I was going to say 50-yard line. That's football. But like halfway across the field, and he can nail it into that goal, which is always fun when we're playing a game because the goalie doesn't see it coming, right? He doesn't expect that. So he didn't fake that. He had the skills, he had it inside of him, but what he had to fake was the confidence in order to be willing to share what he knew with other people. As I was starting out I had to fake things before I became it. I'm shy by nature, which might surprise some of you guys. Are you guys shy? I can be outgoing. I like people. I like talking to people, but I didn't used to. I used to be so shy and so quiet, and I was okay with nobody seeing me. But I realized that that wasn't the person that I wanted to be. And I realized that to do a lot of the things that I wanted to do and to accomplish the things that I wanted to accomplish, that I was going to have to step outside of my comfort zone. And I was going to have to be okay with being uncomfortable. And I took baby steps, like really baby steps. So, for instance, I started out with making eye contact to people around town because this used to be me walking into stores. I'd walk in like this. And then I got confident with making eye contact and smiling. And then I got confident with making eye contact and smiling and saying hello. Now I realize that with everything going on in the world right now, that's a little bit hard to do, but there's still ways that you can step outside of your comfort zone and get used to being uncomfortable. So for example, as you go around town, even though you're 6 feet apart or whatever, make eye contact. Smile, even though they might not be able to smile. Say hi, even if it feels weird to say hi, because there's people that need that. I was talking to a friend the other day, and she was talking about how wearing a mask is so hard for her because she struggled with depression for years. And she said, sometimes when I go to stores, I need that human interaction, and it's that smile or that eye contact that keeps me going. Be that eye contact, be that smile for somebody else, even if you're wearing the mask, because you never know whose life you're going to impact. But even more than that, you will start to impact your own life as you fake the confidence, as you fake that you feel completely sure of yourself. If you maybe have to fake being super positive for a while, you will start to become those things and they will be second nature to you. My kids laugh now. I don't think that they remember because it was gradual. It happened over time. I can't even tell you what day that I just kind of became me. But they laugh now. They're like, Mom, we can't take you anywhere because you make a friend every single place that you go, because it's become who I am. It hasn't changed that I like to have my downtime, but it has changed how I interact with people. It's changed that I feel confident interacting with people. I'm not as worried about what will they think of me. I doesn't matter what they think of me. All that matters is I make that connection with somebody else. So my challenge for you is to find ways to make that connection. Step out of your comfort zone little by little by little. Anybody can change anything. So I was going to say, throw my son under the bus. This is my kid that has never, school hasn't been his thing. This is the same kid that went to prom by himself. This was the same kid that went to homecoming by himself because he knew that once he got there, he'd find his friends. He went to football games by himself because he knew that when he got there, he'd find his friends. How cool is that? He kind of trained himself not to be that shy little kid anymore. Although he's definitely got anxiety, although he's definitely shy at times, although sometimes stepping out of that comfort zone scares him to death. But this is also my kid that school was not his thing, minus that he loved the social aspect. He didn't really care about his grades. He could take it or leave it, and he just kind of squeaked through high school, so to speak. So he went off to college this year, and I gotta be honest, I was a little bit worried about it because I thought, okay, I'm not there. I'm not gonna be holding your hand, and it's gonna be up to you to see that stuff gets done. And you kind of can't just squeak by because if you fail a class or two, you're kind of out of college, right? You're out of luck. Guys, I am so happy to report that he has got all A's and B's. I can't believe it. Can I say I can't believe that? He's never, I don't know if he's ever gotten an A in his life, and grades were not my focus. It was okay that he didn't have all A's or whatever. Like I said, that wasn't my focus. It wasn't his focus. But here he is because he's found a passion and a purpose and something that he wants to do. And he told me the other day he wants to be a chiropractor. My kid who doesn't like school wants to be a chiropractor. And I got to be honest, I never saw that in him. And he wants to be an entrepreneur. He's always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I'm sure that's somewhere in the journey too. But you guys, I'm telling you that because you can be whatever you want to be. Tell yourself that you're a straight A student, you'll become that straight A student. Tell yourself that you're friendly and outgoing, and you'll become friendly and outgoing. Fake it until you'll become it, and you're going to wake up one day and you're not going to be faking it anymore. You're going to be that person that you set out to be.